All right, there we go. Now it looks like everything's working again. Sorry about that, everybody. So my modem just crashed. That was it. My internet just gave out on me, and so I just had to sit there and let it reboot. And so now I have to restart all the 4 different channels here. So just bear with me for just a minute, just so I can get this going. But that was super fun. Always a pleasure dealing with the technical issues. That was sarcasm. I know sometimes it's hard to tell when I'm sarcastic. That one was sarcasm. All right, let's go ahead and add the name of the game in here, and then we got to pop out one YouTube chat. There we go. And charged my watch last night, and it just told me that it is almost dead. I need to take care of that soon. Do that after the stream, though, because we've had too many technical issues today. I want to just play some Fallout. And turn this one on. Almost done. Almost done. And then pop out this chat. Okay. YouTube's done. TikTok, there you are. And we got Twitch on the screen, TikTok on the screen. Okay. All right, we're live again. My God. That was just super annoying. But either way, appreciate y'all dealing with that and like putting up with that nonsense, because that is just super, super annoying. All right, let's, what we're doing? Corvega. We're doing the Corvega. Just wanted to open this first.
Nice.
Just to get that right away. Okay. It's one of the vendors, right? Turn around.
Sorry, don't have anything to sell.
Oh. Okay. That's unfortunate. I wish you did have something to sell. Yeah, this is the junkyard. I feel like mole rats are the only thing. Well, that's very exciting. Nice. Yeah, pretty much got it working. Modem crashed out on me, don't ask, but it is all good. Then, guess we're just gonna wait for that last one. Easy enough. We might as well go into the lair too. That seems like a good time. There we go. All right, onward. Let's go ahead and deal with the bigger ones real quick. Guess we'll let this last one pop out on us. I have been there a lot. I understand exactly where you're going, or where you're coming from. Definitely understand that. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I got like 3 hours of sleep last night, so I'm just like, do not care. Let's go this way. So what do you got going on? Don't ask. That sounds about right. Well, if I remember correctly, you like started up school and all that, right? Yeah. Let's get on down to Convergo. Convergo, whatever. How's that going for you? Where did I put my sniper? There it is. Oh, gotcha. Man, it like started super late over here compared to what you guys are dealing with. Like super, super late. Like, I think they just started going to school like a week ago around here. And so, yeah. Definitely a while. Or a big spread. If I remember correctly, there's more ghouls in here. It's always ghouls inside of the old folks' homes. Hey, Whiterun. That's a line that I haven't heard in a very, very long time. I would always run away in those instances, so I have nothing to say, and I would just sprint away. Economy, that's a super fun class, if you ask me. I always loved economics. I thought it was like, I don't know, it was fascinating stuff. And it filters into like kind of what I do in my normal, like my other channel and stuff like that, don't ask. And so I don't know, I personally enjoy economics. All right, let's get on down to Convergo. It's that building over there. What? Fine, might as well clear these guys out too.
Open fire!
Terrible shot, or terrible grenade. That was actually pretty effective. I was not expecting it to be that effective. Alright, let's switch it to something else here. There we go. What, are you above me? Oh, I found you. I did not mean to catch her midair like that. That's pretty fun. Hand over my skooma. What? I do not have that type of problem here. I mean, that's the thing. Economics is like, depends on how your teacher approaches economics, because there's a lot of economic theories and they work great on paper, but then you get into an actual market situation and it's a little bit different. And so it depends on how your teacher is approaching the study of economics. There's a couple different ways that it could go, but I definitely understand what you're getting at. All right, almost over to Convergo. Corvega, whoops. Convergo, whatever. I'm really I have a direction of where we're heading, right? But I'm not focused on getting there too quickly, and so anytime that I see something shiny, I'm pretty much stopping at. But after we do 10 Pines, that'll be the last settlement that I need to set up before we can start heading down into the vault. Because from there, I can kind of go back to every single one of my settlements already and start getting more scrap and salvage and stuff like that. Okay, hang on. Okay, so it's not this, no. Not that one. Can't be that one. Nope. Wait, what do you mean she's a director from Lord of the Rings? I'm confused about that. Which, I mean, it's pretty easy to confuse me these days. All right, can't be ceiling. Is it rhombus? Nope. Can't be cyborgs. Declare? Down to that last one. All right, let's go ahead and pull out, and we'll get a better set here. I remember when I first started doing Fallout back in like Fallout 3 days, I didn't even know about the duds and the tries and like try resets and things like that. And so I would try to figure them out like just from looking at them on a screen. And then one day the dud was in the top left and it like highlighted the whole line. I was like, what the hell is that? And so it was the first time that I noticed it. I never read the tutorial for it. All right, we got a lot of INGs. Well, we got 2 INGs, so we'll do one of those. We also got an ED. Hang on, which one's more prosperous? That doesn't help really that much. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That's our first one. Maybe? Nope, not that one. Oh, I feel dumb on that one. I actually knew that it wasn't that one. Alright, wasted my try on that one. Go back in. So what don't you like about your economics class? Oh, I get what you mean by director. Like she's the director over the entire school. I get what you mean. So no screwing around in that class, that's for sure. Nope. And not that one either. Why not? That's just kind of how I've always done it. At least when I was on with PC. That's why I've always done it. Or are you talking about like over the beginning like that? That's just looking for duds and things like that. It's just easier to see patterns, at least from my perspective. Not that one. Nope. Nope. No. It's benches? I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. It's not benches. It was not benches. It's godlike? We'll go with godlike. Let's try that one. Godlike. Manuel on YouTube got it. Manuel on YouTube got it. There you go. Thanks, bud. All right. Got all these raiders right here. Or ghouls, rather. I think there's like raiders outside, too. Appreciate that. Might as well get this while we can. Ooh, that was a fast break. There it is.
Nice.
Be great if I could find some 308. That's the one that I really need. I did not need to waste that critical, but whatever. Alright, well, we're just trying to get over there, so it's not like I'm going to stick around here and fight. Let's keep it moving. 9 more days till your birthday? Dude, I'm going to say happy birthday right now. Whoa! I even heard the mini nuke coming. That was amazing. I even heard it coming. That was fantastic. Alright. Alright, whatever. Let's just get the old folks home and then rush in there. I almost feel like I need to kill that raider with the mini nuke, the fat man. That was amazing. I like low-key feel like I deserved that a little bit, right? That was a terrible shot. Okay. Just pick these guys off from afar for a sec. Not dealing with that fat man again. Okay. Onward. I will say it was a good shot, and it's I'm about ready to hit up where they are again. We're gonna go this way this time. Let the ghouls take care of them a bit. Okay. Wait, every second on YouTube or TikTok, I hear 67. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't really keep up with that much slang from like other younger generations and things like that. 'Cause like I didn't even keep up with slang when my generation was growing up. I always thought it was kind of silly. And so, yeah, I've zero idea. I've seen it and heard it so many times. Well, they shot one of the mini nukes off. God, I love that weapon so much. I mean, I would watch Full Metal Alchemist for like 100 new subs. It's a great show. Every episode, though, I don't know. I might have to up that to like a couple thousand. That might take a long time. Now, I like anime, but actually I haven't really invested too much time into it. Like, and it's silly because whenever I talk about anime, I'm always like talking about mainstream anime, because there's only a handful of like deep like level animes and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. One of my favorite ones is High School of the Dead. What a great one that was. All right, onward. Let's go to the back of the plant so we can snipe some of these dudes down. Again, we need to get some 308s. I should read Berserk. I'll take you up on that suggestion. I'll go check it out. So there's a couple ways to go into the auto plant here. I have always found it easier to go in through the back way rather than through the front. I don't know why, but the front has always just been ridiculously well guarded, whereas the back you can kind of sneak around very easily. They're up there. Oh, come on. That was like right on your head. There we go. I appreciate that. So some of our bigger ones are definitely up on our channel. I don't think I've only released like one Fallout base, and it was a Vault 88 build that I did with some Grand Theft Auto mods, like Grand Theft Auto 5 mods. There's been some fun ones in Sons of the Forest and Conan Exiles. And then I'm between like big base projects because I don't have a game that I'm like compelled to build in right now. There's a lot of games that I'm playing, but nothing I'm like compelled to really build up in. So I guess the next mega base that we're going to be building is going to be in Fallout 4 here. Where are you? Where are you firing from? Yeah, I'm getting shot at from this tower. Yeah, oh, you're in the truck. What an idiot. Total idiot. Why would you just stand there shooting through a truck? So dumb. To Vault 88? So I don't have... this is a playthrough that I just started off very recently. The best one that I could show off is probably one that's on our channel. And hang on, I can pull that up in just 2 seconds here. In fact, this is a safe enough area. What up, King? I see you hanging out there in the YouTube world. Normally, I don't do this because y'all send me over links and I try to, like, normally I don't bother doing this. Hang on 2 seconds. Close that one, turn that one on. Look, it's my desktop. And then unlock it. There we go. All right. So 2 seconds. Let me show one of my mega bases. But yeah, it's been a while since I've actually done a large scale build. Hey, Chappie. I'll call you Chappie. Yeah, let's get... What's a fun one that I did? I like the Sons of the Forest Grotto. That was a good one. Let me do that one. Grotto. All right, this is a short of it, but the full video is up on our channel. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me mute it. Let me mute it. You guys don't need to hear it. But there we go. I look like Shaq. What are you talking about, King? I have no idea what you're talking about. I do not look like Shaq. That's craziness. All right, this is one of my mega bases that I did in Sons of the Forest. The only thing that I think that I'm not happy with on this one is the watchtower. But yeah, this is what I consider a mega base. Basically, it's taking a large like area of the land and building multiple levels, multiple platforms, making it a large like almost city, if you will. I have done that so many times, Chappie, like way too many times, where I've like just started builds and then just left them. There's been some that like I found on my computer and we've released on the computer, like my Fallout one that I did. That's an unfinished one, and I never even bothered to finish that base. But either way, hang on. Getting up here to this zip line, like to the top of the tower, you can kind of see the whole lay of the land of this type of base. But this is the kind of stuff that we try to build on Base Legend, is where it's just multiple areas. Like if you're not building past the draw distance of the game, the max draw distance, like that's kind of where I'm at. But anyway, You have access to a lot of things. That's very true too. That's very true. And a lot of some of that at least was done with console commands. Hang on, I need to make sure. Ooh, my TikTok feed or my my Twitch feed got all messed up. Hang on, let me switch back over to my game capture. There we go. All right, and then get my TikTok chat. But yeah, that's 100% accurate. I did do some of that with console commands and some of that. Which, I mean, Sons of the Forest, they give you the console command, so I don't feel too guilty about it, you know what I mean? But either way. All right, so anyway, I like going in, as I've mentioned, through the back end of Converga. I don't think we're going to be able to go through the roof entrance, but there is a way to get through. That was an easy shot. Wow. What do you think you're gonna hit from all the way up there? Wait, where'd you go? I was looking at the wrong one. There we go. Oh, that was a headshot. What the heck? That's fair too. There's also, if you do beat Sons of the Forest, there is a creative mode that you unlock, and a lot of people don't know that because they haven't. Surprisingly, they haven't beaten Sons of the Forest, which I feel like it's a pretty good game. Like, I highly recommend people go check it out in its entirety. All right, we got 2 more up there. Not really concerned about them. But that's the door that I'm trying to get into, is this one right over here. All right, we'll go clear these 2 out real fast. If they want to show their face. But yeah, so I'm kind of scheduling Fallout 4 to be our next large scale build, and I'm going to do a massive vault again. I've never actually built a vault that stretches past the like main area. And so there's a couple of mods that I was thinking about adding as soon as I get down there. One of them re-straightens the path down to the water purifying area. And if you do that, you're able to just more successfully like connect the entire vault down that way. Where am I going? I need to be going this way. And so that's one that I'm definitely considering adding as a mod. Should be worthwhile at least. That sounds like fun. Well, to be honest with you, we do a base building contest every single quarter of the year. And we're about ready to kick off another one in October. So not this month, but next month. And with that base building contest, we give away like Steam gift cards and all that fun stuff. All you guys gotta do is join our Discord, which is in the social profiles and all that on our YouTube channel there. And if you join up our Discord, like, we love showcasing bases from the community and all that fun stuff. And so yeah, definitely make sure you join up on the Discord. And I've been taking like a little bit of a hiatus from streaming. It's been like about 2 weeks since I've done a stream. And so yeah, it definitely feels good to be back, and we're going to be ramping up doing a lot of newer types of content in the near future here. So pretty excited about that. Let's go ahead and just get our critical meter up. Okay. All right. So that was handled. Super fun. But yeah, there's 3 people on the team fully, and then we have a moderator, Dante, who pops in from time to time. So a lot of fun. That's fair, and that's why I try to do it as fair as possible. I don't participate in the judging, and we let the community vote in a just poll, and it's whoever wins the poll gets the prize. But more so than that, to keep it fair, there's a runner-up prize that every single person qualifies for, right? And all you have to do is just participate. Really? Are you just shooting? There we go. And all you have to do to participate and get that prize is just send in a base. And we try to just keep it as fair as possible. And we do a random drawing on who gets second place. Or not second place, but the runner-up prize, rather. Stop throwing Molotovs. Stop throwing Molotovs. There's like explosives around here. Nice. Awesome. Can't wait to check that one out, Ambassador. Yeah, gonna do a Fallout 4 base on this playthrough at least. Are you asking like if you can do a Fallout base for the contest? Yes, you can. We have a theme every single quarter, and so you got to do it on theme. And so obviously with October we're gonna do a Halloween theme. Like I'm already forecasting that to everybody, is that we are already choosing to do a Halloween theme. And so I haven't explained any of the other parts of the contest, but yeah, I almost expect people to do some Fallout bases because there's Halloween elements just because of what day the bombs dropped in this game. There's one more back there. Just waiting for him to pop up. A video of the base? Well, so you can either send in a video or you can send in images. And so either way. Oh, sounds good. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm always down to check out bases and stuff like that that people send in. It is kind of a big passion of mine. It's kind of a silly passion too. Like there's no real reason why I like doing it, but I've just always enjoyed building in every single game that I've been able to. And so it's just kind of been something that I've done. So, I don't know. Super fun. So as I said, it's there's an easy way to kind of come in here, and then there's kind of a more difficult way. And so that way, if you come in, you can kind of take out all of them super fast because they kind of just run to you. Whereas the other way, it's a little bit trickier. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, that was my own grenade that did that. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's a cool place to build, Jamaica Plain, because that's right over where Vault 88 is. And so that's one of the settlements that I claim because it's good for resource gathering. But a lot of people kind of like, they sleep on Jamaica Plains. There's a lot of settlements that are really, really cool to build at in this game that a lot of people don't bother building at. Wow, you already came all the way from over here? Anyway, so this is the front entrance. If you come in to the normal way, you come in through that door. And I just don't want to deal with that right now. Because, again, you can clear them out so much faster if you just come in the other way. That's awesome. Those are the bases that I appreciate, are the ones where people like push the limits of a game. Because a lot of people, they will only build like to the requirements of a game. You know, like they'll make sure that their stuff has certain components, you know, but they won't push themselves to do more than the required components. Like in Sanctuary, I've seen so many people that literally just do exactly what Sturgis says to do, and that's it. I'm out of nades, really? Guess I need to make more of those. 400 hours? Nice. Nice. Dude, I'm excited. I like those builds. Alright, we need new ammo or a new gun for a little bit. Just to stack some more ammo. Yeah, give me that hot plate. I do agree that the modded, some of the modded stuff makes it a little bit more fun, especially in a game like Fallout. But to be honest with you, some of my best bases that I've ever done in this game were done modless on the console. And I am so much more proud of the ones that I've done without mods. You know what I mean? What is going on? Is it Mugen K? Mugen Kai? Hope I said that right. I'm terrible with names. And so correct me and shame me if I got that wrong. Local leader, am I there yet? Nope, I need 14 for local leader. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I guess we can do Scrounger. That's always a good one to have. You only get into the groove of base building without mods? I'm kind of the same way. I'm gonna mod Fallout here just because I've built so many bases in Fallout, and there's one specific mod that I really, 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 really want to try. And it's kind of a cool mod, but essentially it's a mod that fixes the gap at Vault 88 of where the water station is. And if you know what I'm talking about, like, or if you've done a Vault 88 build, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have not done a Vault 88 build, you might just like hold on for a little bit and you'll see what I mean. But there's one like mod that I'm gonna do. All right, hang on, it's Mugen Kai. Okay, I gotcha, Mugen Kai, I gotcha. Streaming soon, nice, dude. Awesome. Yeah, and you sent me a link to your channel, right? I will definitely subscribe. If I have to run down like as soon as I get off stream today, and so I may not have a chance to check it out today, but I'll definitely try to pop in the next couple of days here. Yeah, that's another exit. Don't want to deal with that. You find 88 too intimidating? It can be. There's a couple of spots that like really catch me off guard, like when you break down the wall and there's like the scorpions or the legendary Deathclaw. Like that always that caught me off guard the first time that I bumped into that legendary Deathclaw. Like, dude's frightening. But either way, I think that after you get the whole vault cleared out and you start arming your dwellers, I don't know, I think it's one of the most rewarding places to build personally. I think the big thing that 88 sucks with is getting supplies too, because the amount of supplies that you... That was Radaway. Why did I walk away from Radaway? The amount of supplies that you need to build there, like the amount of steel and the amount of rubber. Like the rubber's the unanticipated part. But if you can get that stuff handled through supply lines like that I'm currently trying to do, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, I gotcha.
Got it.
That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I've spent about 1,000 hours across different platforms. And so now it's a time to just like, yeah, let's have some fun. Let's put Darth Vader in the game. You know, that type of stuff. All right, back to the original room that I came into. So we're just going to grab some of this stuff here. I don't know why I grabbed a pipe rifle. I don't need it. Then we're going to go up here. This is the only spot that we haven't checked out yet. It's an exit, right? Yep. So I just want to make sure that this is cleared out. But if I remember correctly, this is a dead end. At least I'm pretty sure it's a dead end. Getting supplies there is a chore, and that's one of the reasons I love that it's part of the Commonwealth instead of separate, because you can just set up supply lines to get all of your other settlements just funneling supplies to it. And so that's kind of what we're doing right now, is I'm setting up Ten Pines Bluff as the last settlement.
Yes.
And then we are... Oh, it's pipe. Man, I'm so tired of pipe weapons, and I'm not using any pipe weapons currently, but I'm at that, like, threshold. You know what I mean? There's like a 2 or 3 level threshold where all of the products you have, or all the weapons you have, are normal weapons, but all of the enemies are still using pipes. And so finding like supplies is a super pain. Haha, I shot ya. But like these dudes, they're all using pipe weapons, and I don't want pipe weapons anymore. I'm past using pipes. So in a level or 2, they should upgrade and all that. What's going on, Spartan? How you doing, man? I assume I call everybody man, so I'm just gonna say that. I need to switch to dude. Nobody cares about dude. All right, I always felt like there should be power armor here. Like I don't know why, but it's a great spot for one. And it could be just like a lifter or like a loader. I don't know. That's something that I always felt like the power armor should be more than military applications. I don't know. Complaining about the lore. That makes no sense. Alright, so I'm not going to bother going outside. That was the door that we came into, in case you're wondering. What we need to do is get over to the elevator. So let's go ahead and get to the elevator. There we go. You know what? Actually, forget the elevator. Let's take the stairs. Never remember if there's anything in here. Hey, GT, what? Currently, there are no mods loaded up on this one. My favorite mods for the Fallout series are like the story-driven ones. And so it's the, what is it? Like the Silent Hill one, Fallout London. Those are amazing, amazing mods. I'm going to be adding some building mods and settlement building mods and stuff like that for this one. Just because of what this stream's all about. Sorry. Let's take out this turret real fast. But yeah, currently we're modless. What's up, Jared? Come on, pop back into view. Oh, dumb shot. Dumb shot. I deserve that one. That was a good shot. Got one of them. Come on, pop around. Oh, I hit the bar. That was a bad shot. There we go. There's Jared. Yeah, I wish that Bethesda unlocked more of the like fun mods for console players. I feel like it's a little unfortunate what you guys are stuck with, like with there have to be like approved mods, because there's so many unofficial, unapproved mods that are fantastic that do not break the game, that just haven't gone through the process of getting up there. You know what I mean? And so I personally think that they do need to do a better job of giving you guys better mods. But yeah, like the Better Settlements one, that's the one that I'm going to be working with. There's one to get the water purifier better at Vault 88, going to be doing that one. Then there's some like item mods, like a GTA 5 building kit and some other just like fun game building kits that I'm going to be doing. See, we're starting to get actual like weaponry now instead of all the pipe weapons. That's what I've been waiting for. All right, where's Jared? There he is. It's the safe key. See, short hunting rifle. I don't want to bother with the auto one. All right, whatever.
Excellent.
Some Grognak, love that. All right, and it always took me forever to figure out where this safe is, but it's right underneath where we are. Yeah, let me just kill these dudes real fast. Wow, bad shooting. Okay, onward. But yeah, this safe. Where are you? Yeah, let's kill her first. What are you looking at? Place everywhere? I'm gonna have to look into that, because that's probably... I think I can just judge by the name what that one is. It's like a no clipping building mod. That's something that I need. But anyway, the safe key goes to this safe down here in case you ever couldn't find it. Alright, onward. So is that it? Did I finish the quest? Yep, report success. Perfect. And we already got the bobblehead, so we can just head back right now. Interesting. That's kind of crazy that they put a mod into the PlayStation and then they limited it, or they restricted it like that. Because that's ridiculous. I don't know, the best one of all, like my personal favorite one is the Silent Hill mod, and I might reactivate that one of these days and play through it. I got stuck at a portion where like this like blood rain comes down, and I could never figure out what to do because I didn't have any like stim packs or anything like that. And I don't know, the Silent Hill mod is hard. Like they did a really good job of making it hard. But either way. All right, so here we are back out where we came, and we've already cleared this whole area out. one of the other reasons why I love going in the back way is you get to clear the whole area out first. Don't want to bother with any of that. All right, let's go ahead and just fast travel where we need to go. You made your settlers tiny once. Nice. How long have I been base building? I mean, it's probably since I started playing video games and I was able to do it. And so, like, the games I grew up with were, like, Age of Empires, Warcraft, and stuff like that. And, like, Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, but, like, the original city builder game, RTS game, Warcraft. And so I played a lot of city builders growing up, and, like, Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original Sims, and all that. And so, yeah, that was kind of the start of it. And then I started playing Conan Exiles, like, right when Conan Exiles came out. And when Exiles came out, that was like this is what I'm going to focus on doing. And then we made this channel about like a year ago. My wife basically was just like, you should like make content about this because you just make it for yourself. Show it off. Well, cool. All right, so we're good to go there. But we got our workshop, and that's what matters. Store all the junk here. And then where's that lady? Come here, lady. All right, so you're on food, you're on food. You are running the supply line to Sanctuary Hills. Do it. Gosh, that feels good. That feels fantastic to be done with getting all these settlements, and now we can head down to the vault. Nice. That's fantastic. Now, I turn 36 this year, so I'm getting up there, that's for sure. I don't look it though, and I'm grateful for that. You know, I'm very grateful for how I look. I know that when I turn like 60 and I'm still looking like 30 or 40, I'm gonna be super happy about that. All right, King, I see you're back inside of TikTok. Why do I look like Shaq? I want answers, because I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right, so we have a supply line now, which means that we should have enough to get a radio beacon and a generator going. So we'll go ahead, we'll do that up here. Let's get a generator. Just a small boy. Okay, get that up. Let's get the basics done. We got water. Oh, yeah, that's right. They already have a water pump here, so we really don't need to add another, but we might as well make this growable, you know? Or expandable, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. See, isn't it fantastic? Like, I walk into places and I get carded and they're just like, there's no way that you're this old. Yep. That's how old I am. That's how old I am. Alright, set those up. Alright, so now we just need defenses, which is super easy to handle. Because all we're going to do is just put one of these guys up here, facing that way. All right, so we got defenses going on. Check the map real fast. So we got our supply lines set up. All right, everything's good there. Looks like we finally got a couple other people at Red Rocket, another person at Hangman's. All right, cool. So with that being said, now we need to get all the way down to like this area, if I understand correctly. So let's go ahead and get to... Man, is that seriously the lowest place I got? All right, let's get to the police precinct. But yeah, I'm going to be expanding a lot of the channel. I made an announcement the other day about doing like Pokemon content and stuff like that. Oily gentleman, what? I'll take it. Why not? Why not? But yeah, normally we like just stick to the base building content, but on TikTok, I've actually been putting out like a bunch of Pokemon content over the past couple months, and it performs well because I collect Pokemon cards. And so we might actually do some like Pokemon games and stuff like that in the near future. And I mean, let me specify when I say that I collect Pokemon cards. I also play the like trading card game, and so like we would stream online TCG and stuff like that. Both. So I'm an avid collector, and like I'm not a value-based collector. Like I sit next to one of my favorite cards of all time, which is this 8.5 Skuntank. You know, like it's a skunk Pokemon. at an 8.5, right? But it is kind of, it's silly, but I don't do value-based collecting, and so like I try to just open as much random stuff that I find as possible. The scrap everything mod, yeah, that one definitely does sound handy. Definitely a handy one for sure. Hang on, am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way. I need to set a marker down here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Very, very good game, that's for sure. But yeah, so I play TCG. I'm actually doing a tournament tomorrow, like at a local card shop and stuff like that. And so I recreated my live deck in the online TCG, and that's how I practice for tournaments. And so all of that fun stuff. All right, let me go ahead and rush this way. Let's get on down here. So the goal is getting down to Vault 88. We got all the supply lines, so just to kind of get there and to initiate the quest, and I'll probably kill the stream after that. Your favorite game? Nice. Fallout's definitely my favorite series. I actually have 2 Fallout tattoos. So I have Brotherhood of Steel. It's hard to see from that angle, but I have a Brotherhood of Steel symbol on my forearm there. And then from Fallout New Vegas, which is my favorite one, I have Pearl. There's like an old school pinup of her wearing a vault suit, and so I have that as a leg tattoo. Nice. I need to look that card up, but if honestly, I like the VMAX and the V era more than the EX era, and so like I'm weird. I just like it's up on our channel too, but I just opened up a Pokemon Go ETB Plus the other day, and we pulled the full art, the alt art Mewtwo card, like the chase card of the Pokemon Go set, and so that was a fun one to pull. That was definitely a fun one to pull. But yeah, so I like to open the older sets. It's super weird, but like if I find black or white or prismatic evolutions or even 151 in the wild now at like a vending machine. Because I live in Southern California, so like vending machines are in my area, and I can go to like 4 or 5 different vending machines within 30 minutes of where I live. And so yeah, if I find those sets, the newer sets, I take them to a card shop and I trade them for old VMAX era stuff. Ooh, that's a good collection. Hang on, I'm gonna screenshot that. 2 seconds. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador. I appreciate that. That's some good stuff. Oh, you're legendary? I'll stick around to fight a legendary. I'll take your weapon. Can I pet that dog? A Minuteman tattoo? They got a cool logo too. I like the Minutemen. I think the Minutemen get a lot of hate because their storyline's kind of silly. But I like the Minutemen storyline. I think that it's a lot of fun. And I don't know. Yeah, I've had the Brotherhood of Steel since New Vegas came out. That's when I first got it. Oh, he already mutated. I didn't need to waste that critical. Oh well. Freezing baton. Nice. Actually, I'm currently using a baton, so that's kind of convenient. Alright, so we're going to bail on the rest of these dudes because who cares? They're just regular raiders. Want to get down to the vault. Do I stream 76? I have 76. I bought the Centennial version. Hey, Lucas, good to see you, man. I bought the Centennial version of 76 when it was first coming out, and then I put it down for the longest time because I bought it on console and then ended up playing on PC more. But yeah, no, I have played 76. I have it installed right now too because I was making some content around it the other day. I might do 76 in the future. Okay. Definitely, dude. No, I'll hit you with a sub in the near future. That is for sure. All right, hang on. There's a suicider around me. I got to get out of this. It is. The building in 76 is insanely confusing. That's for sure. Like especially when you first get your camp, like it's super confusing to figure out a lot of the resource gathering. But once you get the hang of it, or if you're playing on a certain server that has like the creative mode, it's super fun, and there's a lot of different building stuff that you can do. Yeah, I was gonna say let's get the metro first. Come on. Is it? Because I seem to be doing all right here. I love when the robots are being crazy like this. Did I get anybody? Hey, I got somebody. Always fun when that happens. Where's my marker? That way. All right, hang on. Where are we at? Slowly getting there. Slowly getting there, but I need to cut across real fast. All right. Whoa. I'm gonna actually have to fight that. Maybe. I mean, if you just want to chill over there, bro. Ah, there's one right there. Did not see you. Hang on 2 seconds. You remember how brutal the Scorpions were in New Vegas? Like that was always crazy to me, was how brutal the Scorpions were. Especially in certain areas. Like that to me was insane. All right, onward. I would be stopping to fight all this stuff, but I'm trying to get to a very specific location before I kill the stream today. So either way. Well, no, dude, I completely understand that. That's why our sub count, or excuse me, that's why the people that we subscribe to is very limited. I only subscribe to people that I want to watch. Like, because I don't want, like, that's something that when you're starting out as a creator, it takes you a while to learn. But there's a lot of instances where you don't want to deal with subscribers from your like friends and family and stuff like that, because it can actually do the opposite effect and hurt your reach as opposed to help it. All right, so we are over by Jamaica Plains, and I'm gonna run through Jamaica Plains to get there. But yeah, like that was something that we had a lot of trouble getting over when we first had like only 100 subs, because most of those subs were like friends and family, and they don't watch your content, you know, they just sit there. All right, I will kill you guys. This seems like a worthwhile place to camp or to loot. Bad shooting though. Worst shooting ever, my god. Terrible. So yeah, they're starting to get actual weapons at this point, which means that I just hit that level threshold that I was talking about. It is a new playthrough. Well, kind of. It's been a new playthrough for about like 3 streams so far, so like 4 or 5 hours. Mole rats. Nope. Rad Scorpion. Come on, one more shot. I thought I did one more. Yeah. There we go. Really? Another one? Gotta love when they glitch like this, though. He dug himself into the post. That was amazing. Alright, let's keep it moving. Keeping it moving. Yeah, I completely understand what you're talking about there, Ambassador. Completely get it. Alright, here we go in Jamaica Plains. Again, one of the better places to build a base. Come on. That was just weak. One of the better places to build a base inside of Fallout 4. There's also a really, really cool, like, find the treasure of Jamaica Plains quest. I love that quest. It's super fun. And, like, I don't know, it reminds me a lot of the Sierra Madre from Fallout New Vegas, that DLC. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, if I got both of those headshots, that would have been cool. Okay. Almost to where we need to go. I'm kind of getting more and more like that every single day, Ambassador. I completely understand where you're coming from. Like, sometimes you just need to focus on your own, and I get that. I think that's something that a lot of people are kind of feeling as of late, is there's like this global shift of people only and exclusively focusing on themselves and like their camps and stuff like that, and I totally get it. No, I get it. You don't even need to say anything in defense there. I completely understand what you're getting at, Ambassador. Alright, so now we start looking for the quarry. There it is. There's the quarry. Get rid of our marker. No, remove the marker. There we go. That was a perfect shot. Man, did not realize that would be that weak against you. I am in an area that is way too overpowered for where I should be. And so, oh well. 2 seconds. Just need to take care of myself for a sec. Man, this guy is not taking any damage. There we go. Alright, onward. See, I'm the complete opposite way. Like, I try to keep things as chill as possible because I feel like there's so many streamers out there that pretend to be angry and like aggro and stuff like that for the views, and I find that laughable. Like, I don't know, just be yourselves. Like, that's how I treat this whole lifestyle. Just be yourself. Enjoy life at the fullest. Alright, so here we are inside of Vault 88 territory. Now we're just going to spend some time picking some dudes off. Just make this a little bit easier for myself. Could also pick these dudes off. Oh, come on. That was a headshot. That one, I deserved that one. I deserved that mess. But there we go. Hey, Grim. So I have just started this playthrough recently. I've only set up the supply lines that I need to do a Vault 88 build. And right now I'm in the process of clearing out the area of Vault 88. So that way we can get down there and start doing a vault build. That should have been a headshot. That's weak. Don't be like that. Don't give up my position. Nope, gave up my position. Oh well. I remember there was one time I went through here and every single one of these raiders had a skull on their head, like that one does. So I know that I'm in an area that's way overpowered and over leveled, but we'll be alright. Whoa. Got a big shot on me right off the bat there. Okay. Let them calm down for a second. Really? That's just not even nice. Alright, enough of this. Let's get it done. Think I'm using a actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. I have like 5 or oh no, I only have 2. What? That's weird. This area does not seem to be safe for another settlement, that's for sure. Right in the face. It is Preston himself. We are honored by a great. Wow, that's convenient. Slough's like right here too, so we can just get them all out. There we go. I think I still have a psycho on me right now, which is super convenient. It is not just you or me. There's like 4 of you left. What are you talking about? Sometimes the dialogue in this game makes me laugh. Alright. Save that critical for this guy. Is that Slough over here? Nope. Slough must have gone down somewhere else. Oh, that's a Molotov. Hang on. No, it wasn't. He was reloading. Alright, let's get over here for a sec just so we can see what's going on. Looks like we got 3 left. Let's focus on the non-skulls first just to bring them down. Two seconds. Let's go ahead and just clean ourselves up a little bit. Oh, out of ammo. That was a good one. Alright, there's one left over here. There you are. Cool. So did you guys see the preview? Hey, that guy. Good to see you, buddy. Did you guys see the preview of Season 2 of Fallout on Prime? The live action? Pretty excited about that coming out. I like Season 1, and I'm really excited to see what they do with New Vegas. So currently I'm just using vanilla. Once we get into this next area, I am going to be adding some mods. I just haven't bothered putting them in yet. Man, I want to find Slough, because Slough came over here, and then I chucked 2 grenades over there, and then he disappeared. And I want to find Slough. Like there should be one more corpse over here somewhere. And I have like a mustache hair going into my nose. That's by far one of the most annoying things on the planet for you non-facial hair people, if you haven't experienced that. I have no idea where this dude blew up to. Is that him? No, it's just a survivalist. Alright, man, that's unfortunate. He usually has like some decent rare weapons. But here we are at Vault 88, so that's cool at least. Can at least handle that. Alright, let's get a Rad-X on. There's a couple of areas that we're going to explore before we actually get into the vault. And so... Really? You guys didn't die down here? What are you going to do with a baseball bat? Like, who brings a baseball bat to a gunfight? There we go. Just fire that from the hip. Okay. Glad that we got in here. Let's bust this open, see if we can get any explosives or anything. There we go.
Yes.
So again, before we actually get into the vault, there is a spot that I want to head up to, just to kind of check some stuff out. But there's the area that Slough hangs out. Unfortunately, I couldn't find his body, which he does have a body somewhere, right? I just couldn't find where it was. But there's the areas that he frequents. They have a ton of like ammo and loot and stuff like that. So we're just gonna grab these real fast. Conquer the Commonwealth? I'm gonna have to check it out. Some ambassador here on YouTube dropped a ton of mods a little while ago, and I screenshotted them. I don't know if that one was in there. I can't remember. But if not, I'll definitely check it out. I'm gonna be modding the hell out of it before the next stream. This is where we need to go. Let's just jump down. Gonna be modding the hell out of it before the next stream. And so hopefully... It's pipe. I don't want a pipe sniper. And so hopefully I'll be adding a bunch of those in here. And we'll have an amazing, massive build to do. Hang on, these guys are clothed. Yeah, look at that. 50 bottle caps on that guy. These guys are all naked. Who cares? Alright, and then there's one more spot to check out. Almost done, and then we can go down into the actual vault. I love the build up for Vault 88 too, like the way she structures everything, the Overseer. I always thought it was super fun. And the fact that like they send you on other missions in the Commonwealth too. Dude, it's such a great game. I will probably be playing Fallout 4 until Fallout 5 gets released. It is probably one of my favorite games of all time. New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game. But let's be real here. This one, that was a one-hit kill? Are you kidding me? That's craziness. I just like had to fire entire clips into raiders to take them down here, and then now I get a one-hit kill? That's ridiculous. But anyway. Alright, last place we gotta check and then we can get in there. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. You're on your 9th playthrough? Nice. Nice. Last year I decided I was gonna do every single ending, and so I went through and just did a save file right before you have to like pick a faction. And so I went through, did all the endings. I think I just broke 1,000 hours. We were talking about this earlier. I probably have about 1,000 hours between all of the different like consoles I have this on and PC and stuff like that. Alright, let's get into the vault. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous game. I love it so much. This part actually kind of sucks though, getting into Vault 88. Because there's a lot of ghouls down here that are overpowered for my current level. And I know that I'm going into this very, very undergeared and low leveled. And so we'll see.
Your attempts to breach this facility are laughable. Leave at once, or there will be consequences. When will you
Yeah, that's always fun to do. Where you at? There you are. Weak shot. I always move the ghouls. Like, it sounds weird, but I've always, like, just moved the ghouls to a different area in the vault to make it more palatable and easier.
Vault tech will not.
And... oh, come on. That should have exploded her head. That should have, like, been a total kill. Alright, whatever. Hey, thanks for that follow, that guy. Appreciate it. That used to be my name back in Counter-Strike. Whenever I do, like, LAN parties and stuff like that, I was always that guy. Or a car. That was the other name that I picked. And so that way, whenever I would kill somebody, I would always say, like, you were killed by that guy. Or you were killed by a car. I don't know. I was weird when I was 10. That's when I was playing Counter-Strike. Like,
Wait.
I think I've even told this. My friend owned, or his dad owned an arcade that had like a computer area in it. And so we would always go there after school and play like Counter-Strike and a bunch of other games like Dance Dance Revolution, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, all of that.
Security lockdown and get
That was my childhood. Oh yeah. So excited to be back inside a Vault 88 Mega Base building. Let's get it done.
It's been hard to maintain the faith. So many years.
Oh, come on.
stranded here.
That was weak.
But you can assure Dr. Braun, who's even still around, that I have used the time productively. The great work is ready to begin.
So that's what I'm talking about. There's a withered feral down there. But then there's a legendary glowing one that pops up in the near future. Oh, man. Bad shot. Let's go, bro. I need you to get closer, so we're just going to sit here for a second. How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday? Really? Is that ghoul not moving? I'll take another free shot at you. No scope. Okay. Isn't there one that like pops out down here too? I can't remember. I know there's like one in the security room, and then there's one or two in the hallways. But until you end the lockdown, you can't get into the one in the power room down there, and that's where the glowing one is. Alright, so it's just this last one over here. Cool. Alright, let's end the lockdown and get it done. And get it done.
Good. Very good. Vault-Tec workshops
Okay.
require their control
So.
room to function. During emergencies, the procedure...
Actually, you know what? I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't get rid of it. I think I have a minigun on me. Alright, so we don't have local leader yet. That's the one where you can start doing... That's the one that I'm trying to get next. Is because at the next rank, you can build stores and workstations. And that's what I'm looking for there. And so, yeah, let's do, I guess, gun nut or sneak. Let's do sneak. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I have a minigun on me. Hang on. I also have a missile launcher on me.
is to store it in the reactor room.
Okay.
Look in there and you should find it.
All right. Let's minigun, or let's launch some missiles down here. He's mutating. All right, so he's stuck back there. Hang on. Did I like blow your leg off or something, bud? Yeah, he's crippled. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at him with no arms. Hey, friend. Sorry about this. All right, let's get that done. Cool. There's our control board. Really? That's the one? That's what you're going to give me? Don't like that. All right, we'll have to clean up this mess later because obviously that was pretty messy. But the next step, let's go ahead and activate this so we can get our workshop done and then clear the rubble to get into the vault. I remember the first time that I cleared this, I opened it up and I was like, oh my god, I get to build in here. And it like tripped me out. Like, I'm so excited to be doing this again. All right. So we'll turn that on. What up, lady? You're not with Vault-Tec.
You aren't what I was expecting. You do have a Pip-Boy. You're from a vault. But you're clearly not with Vault-Tec. What are you doing here?
About ready to build an amazing vault. That's what I'm doing here.
Neighborly thing to do.
Such a fight. My name is Valor. But
All right, just going to skip through all this stuff.
you're not.
I did not mean to do that.
Giving a tour of what was
Sorry, Overseer. Oh, that was fantastic. That was amazing. That was super cool. I broke both my arms on that one and I almost died. I deserved it. That was awesome.
Sirens.
Sorry. Alright, hang on. So I'm going to take out these guys first. Starting with Julian. I can't see the name Julian without thinking about Julian from Trailer Park Boys. Like I don't that's the character's ingrained name, or that's the name. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, you know what? Enough of this nonsense. Next. Next. Do. Why not? I figure I had it. I never really use. Wow. That was unexpected, actually. Man, normally I just roll through on Fallout on like some of the easier difficulties. Not this time. Not this time.
Giving a tour of what was to be my pride.
Yeah, please do. And I'll go ahead and fix my arms and do this again the way I was originally planning on doing it. That was dumb.
Then the earthquakes.
Okay.
Silence.
Sorry, Overseer. Knocked her ass out. Sorry, I'm just having fun at this point. Hey, Chuck Rigo. Good to see you.
Of what was to be my pride.
All right. I'm going to do it seriously this time, I promise. Going to do it seriously.
My vote. Then
Let's go ahead and get rid of the nonsense.
sirens. Died. Perhaps they were lucky. The radiation.
Whoa, did not see you coming at me. Don't like that. I always love seeing the reloads inside of the VATS animations. I always think that's really cool. Do. As I said, I'm so under-leveled for this area. There we go. Okay. I think I just have 2 Reavers left. Hey, what's going on, Hella? Okay, just the 1 left now. There we go. I am having a wonderful day. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Or, well, stating. I guess that wasn't really a question. Alright, well, that's done now. You know what? Actually, I should just collect all of this stuff. Not only will it be easier to get the light or the ghouls out of here if they have no inventory, but I can just scrap it all anyway. So we just loot it all. Alright, I will talk to the overseer soon. I do love how you can just kill the overseer too and just fail the quest and all that. Okay, all done.
Here, among these papers is my life's work.
So if you haven't seen it, this you delete it if you accidentally delete this, but you can actually see the whole map of the vault. And you can see these areas that still need to be excavated. But either way, I always thought that this was really cool that, I don't know, there's so many just like pieces of lore of this that are overlooked. But either way.
This vault.
Sure.
All right, let's be nice to her.
Let us
Let's do it.
Do this then.
good. We cannot be to run the I entrust.
All right, so that's the first order of business. What my first order of business, though, is scrapping all of this. And I mean all of it. Like, yeah, I know you can reuse a lot of this stuff, like the fluorine and stuff like that. But, I mean, to be honest with you, who cares? Nice! Gotta love a Nirvana cover. Hell yeah, man. I'll definitely check that out. If you haven't joined our Discord, make sure to join our Discord, Chuck, because I let people post content from their channels and stuff like that. We actually have a channel called the Creator Space. That is, like, any creator is allowed to drop their links to their channel and stuff like that in there. Like, I've always believed that there's enough room in the creator space for anybody to be successful. And so, yeah, that's kind of my way of making that a reality, is anybody's allowed to post their links in our stuff. So much fun. This is probably one of the most satisfying parts of Fallout base building, is scrapping, because there's just so much to scrap. I don't understand why you can't scrap the folders. You know, that to me should be something that you can scrap, but oh well. Got all this food here too. You wish but you can't? No worries, man. No worries. I completely understand that. Any interesting things happened to me today? A car accident happened in front of me like today. Like right in front of me. I was getting some food at a restaurant drive-thru and like watched a head-on collision happen, which is super weird because yesterday I watched a head-on collision happen. And so like I've watched, well, let me rephrase that. Yesterday it wasn't like watching a head-on collision directly. I pulled up to a red light and it had happened probably 5-10 seconds before I got to the red light. Sounds good, Ambassador. Good luck on your stream, buddy. You have some fun there. Don't know why I just stored that cart in the workshop. Why am I storing this stuff? I want to scrap it. There we go. Yeah, give me that chalk. I love how you get asbestos from the chalk. So what's great is that she tells you she needs her overseer's desk so you can get started on like any of the stuff, right? But the problem is with the overseer's desk, you don't want to put it in like just anywhere. You want to put it inside of the overseer's office. And so I've never built the desk without actually building the shell of my vault first. Well, I appreciate that, Hella Queen. That's awesome. It's a really great game. I feel like if they didn't have a voice for Nate, it would be pretty much the most perfect one that's out there. Alright, almost getting through the main bulk of this area. I need to remember to get the signs. I always forget to get the signs until like I've completed the vault and I'm just kind of looking at it from the outside. Yeah, they give you so many resources to get the vault done. But the configuration of this room is not ideal. And so a lot of times when you see somebody actually build a vault, they kind of have a similar structure and shape. And that's why I'm just clearing it out this time. And then I'm going to mod the hell out of this game before the next stream. So that way we have a bunch of cool building mods. And this area is fixed. There's a mod, just so everybody knows. There's a mod that shifts this second tube over. And so, like, I can scrap through this rock slide, right? But this one, I can't. But this is a perfect shot down to the water purifier in Vault 88. And so, like, it's one of the things that you want to be able to scrap and get into, but they don't let you for some reason. And so one of the best mods for Vault 88 building is a mod that literally fixes that problem and allows you to break through that rock slide. So there you go. Any other interest besides the streaming? So I'm an avid Pokemon collector, and I played the TCG too. And so, like, I'm doing a tournament tomorrow. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm a dad too, so I have an awesome family, cool wife and kids, that type of stuff. So really fun situation. All right, so just a couple more things to scrap here. Again, I take down every single thing when I do this vault build, and I start completely from scratch. Because sometimes, even in like the security area, there's a bunch of stuff that like makes sense to keep, right? Because like, why would you get rid of some of these consoles and stuff like that? They're all dirty, and so you want to scrap every single thing to get like the trash off the ground and like clean up the floor. Because like, watch what happens. You see these over here, you see the floor down here? If I actually spend the time to scrap it, it cleans the floor too. So you can keep the stuff and it like has a cool aesthetic, but personally I find just delete it all. Get rid of it. Get the resources, build it the way you want. I also don't know why you can't scrap folders into fiber like you do with like books and paper and stuff like that. What about you, Hella Queen? What interests are you about? And then this is the only one that you can't scrap, is because it's got that that terminal on it. All right, almost done. At least almost done over here. But all right, y'all, I think this is where I am going to go ahead and pause it for today and call it on today's stream. As I've been saying, we're going to be doing a Vault 88 mega base. That's what I've been working on here, is kind of just building or setting up to do a mega base. But I want to go ahead and call it here so I can get to modding everything. Because when I come in next time, I'm going to be doing a ton of mods to build an awesome mega base inside of Vault 88 here. So either way, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I stream, I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus, so I don't really want to say. I'm going to leave this table. Unless, okay, that went away with that, so we can keep that table. It's a good table. So anyway, long story short, I try to stream every single day, but I've been taking, or not stream, but we try to release content every single day. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but that hiatus is coming to an end. Because everything is starting to kind of normalize with the reason why I took a hiatus. So either way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're a fan of base building content, if you're a fan of Pokemon content, that type of stuff. That's what we do all day long here at Base Legend. Again, we try to release content as much as possible on a mostly daily basis, and all that other fun stuff. So either way, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. And that's awesome, Hella Queen. Nice. That's fantastic.